Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we are back on LEGO.com to discuss the next 3 chapters of the Ninjago Skylar spin-off series known as Amber Spiral. In a previous video, we covered chapters 1 through 3, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving my thoughts on the next 3 chapters of the story known as Chapter 4, Egon the Extraordinary, Chapter 5 is called Into the Tomb, and Chapter 6 is called Ghost with the Most. Now, as was the case with my previous video about this series, we're going to be going through these chapters. I'm just going to be reading through them, giving my thoughts on it. I have not yet read any of these chapters, and of course, me being a huge fan of the Skylar character, she's actually one of my favorite side characters, I guess you could say. I'm super excited to get back into the story. The first 3 chapters were super cool, and if you've not seen my video covering the first 3 chapters of Amber Spiral, I will leave the link down below in the description to that video. Feel free to check it out if you would like. So with that being said, why don't we start off today's video by taking a look at Chapter 4 of Amber Spiral, entitled Egon the Extraordinary. Honestly, things were a little anticlimactic. Once Camille and I dodged the tornado of teak tables, Egon the Extraordinary was out of furniture to throw at us. It took all of 5 seconds to get the wand away from him, a wand embedded with chronosteel. Alright, chronosteel's making a comeback, there we go. For those that don't know, chronosteel has been used to make all kinds of different stuff throughout Ninjago. Chronosteel can absorb elemental powers, the time blades were made of chronosteel, and I believe Chen's staff was as well, which of course Chen is Skylar's father. Hey, there you go, little connection there. Let's read on. I just wanted to scare the purple one away, he quivered. She made my whole audience laugh at me. I didn't get any donations tonight, not a single cent. Oh, you poor soul. You should try twitch.com. Camille, I think we owe this poor guy an apology. Fine, Camille said, kicking her feet and mumbling a pretty unconvincing sorry. There you go, showing Camille's less apologetic side, if you will. We're really sorry, Egon. We didn't know what to expect from coming here. I handed back the wand and explained our quest to him. It turns out our new friend Egon was, until recently, a demolition expert for Znap Construction. Have we seen that company before? I'm not really familiar with that. Oh, here you go. Turns out Znap was a Lego theme in the 1990s. Alright, that explains why I've never heard of it. That came out before I was born. What the heck? He always dreamed of being a performer, though, and one day, while tearing down an abandoned warehouse, he saw his chance. He accidentally drilled into an ancient forgotten tomb where he found the wand and a bunch of other mysterious relics. I wonder what tomb he drilled into. Let's keep reading to find out. I bet it's the tomb from my vision. He's agreed to take us there tomorrow. I'm not sure what any of this has to do with my mother, but if it's the same tomb that was in my dream, then it's too much of a coincidence to ignore. Cool, awesome stuff there. Chapter 4, meeting Egon, the magician, the extraordinary, if you will. Let's move on to Chapter 5, which is called Into the Tomb, fittingly enough. Morning, Ninja Grammars. I know it's early, but I wanted to give you a play-by-play of the tomb now that Egon's brought us to this dank, eerie hole in the ground. I love how this is told from Skylar's perspective. It's so much fun. This is like her blog, basically. I think this is really entertaining, really fun stuff here. I love seeing Skylar actually write a blog and actually, you know, get some focus. It's nice. It's a nice change of pace, you know what I'm saying? I've asked Camille to stay topside with Egon, both to keep a lookout and so that she can't pocket anything that she sees down here. That's not a bad plan there. At best, these dusty relics belong in the Ninjago, trademark, Museum of History. At worst, they need to be locked in a secure vault where no one can ever stumble across them again. Hey, I know a secure vault where you can lock things away. Maybe Borg Tower has something that you can use. Yeah, there's something wrong here. And it's not just armies of bugs crawling all over the walls. This is exactly what I saw in my vision. And now I can make out the details. The walls are lined with relics from another time, each one embedded with small chunks or strips of chronosteel. Interesting. I wonder if this is a tomb that maybe Master Chen used before, and maybe the answer to where Skylar's mother actually is somewhere down in this tomb. Let's keep reading and find out, shall we? It's a weird assortment of knickknacks, a harp, a helmet, even a fan, but I'm starting to build a picture here. I can feel them humming with power, and I'm certain each one is charged with a fraction of elemental power. That tracks with Egon's magic wand. I think you're right about it holding the power of wind. Ooh, okay, I got you, the power of wind. Is this like some type of warehouse that Master Chen utilized and somehow just absorbed a lot of elemental powers with chronosteel, just started sticking things down in this tomb? I'm curious, especially with the whole weird assortment of knickknacks and stuff. We know Chen is a collector by nature, so what if this is his tomb? That's pretty intriguing to say the least. The weirdest thing is this urn. Oh. Okay, it's plain, no markings or creepy symbols, but I can't take my attention away from it. It's like it's watching me, beckoning me to touch it, and I don't think I can help myself. Okay, so if this is Chen's little warehouse, Chen's little tomb of collectibles, who's in this urn, man? Is that Skylar's mom? Okay, this just got real creepy real quick. I'm curious. Let's keep reading. Chapter 6, boys, let's do it. Chapter 6, Ghost with the Most. All right. Oh my goodness, this chapter is pretty long. Sorry for the radio silence, folks. The second I touched the urn, everything turned upside down. Let me fill you in. Oh boy, here we go. Strap in, folks. I'm cracking the knuckles. Let's do it. Suddenly, I was pulled into a new vision. My mother was there, but so were 100 other people. The past elemental masters of Amber, ninja, guards, leaders, even a chef. But there was one figure looming behind them all. The original master of Amber. Pure knowledge was flooding into my mind, the true history of my element. I watched a dishonorable Metalonian blacksmith grow jealous of the elemental masters. I wonder if that's this guy right here, this guy, who seems to use Kai's face, interestingly enough. Probably doesn't mean anything, but let's continue on here. I saw his fascination with an ancient crooked tree with mystical amber, ensnaring anything that got too close, bugs, people, even pure energy. With this knowledge, he crafted the very first chronosteel and used it to bind fractions of Elemental Master's powers into those artifacts, channeling them into an urn of enmity. He created a new power, Amber, the element to steal other elements. Okay, so it's not Chen's tomb. Okay, crisis averted. I was convinced that Chen had Skylar's mother in an urn down there. Thank goodness that actually isn't the case here. I would have been very shocked. But no, the first master of Amber. Okay, I got you. So it's this guy. This guy's the first master of Amber, is he? Okay, I can get behind that. That's kind of cool. Creating the elemental power using chronosteel. So Amber's not like a natural elemental power? Interesting. I mean, you would think that Amber would be alongside other elemental powers, like from the first Spinjitzu Master, but apparently not. Apparently Amber was a completely artificial elemental power made from chronosteel. Finally, after a life shaped by envy and regret, his power passed down. I watched his ultimate defeat by Wu and Garmadon. Ooh, cool. Wu and Garmadon got involved, huh? He tried to use the urn once more to sap whatever gifts the first Spinjitzu Master had passed on to his sons, but the urn itself had grown hungry. It sucked his spirit inside instead. The brothers thought this was a fitting punishment and sealed the urn away in his tomb. I was stunned. Amber wasn't an original element? It was made by someone as selfish and spiteful as my father? Yeah, cinematic parallels right there, Skylar. Sometimes things happen in life. Sometimes you find out your power wasn't actually an original element. Very, very intriguing. Unfortunately, the original Master of Amber hadn't been just an image. He was still in the urn, trying to escape his Amber prison. He was uncovering my past, watching me manipulate the elemental masters, hurting my friends, and I could feel his disappointment at my redemption. Ooh, okay, I like that. Before I could do or say anything, there was another explosion of light, and this time I felt the whole world shifting around me, getting bigger and bigger. And that's where the chapter comes to a close, people. So some big stuff revealed this time. Turns out Amber isn't actually an original element. Amber was created by this dude right here, a Metalonian, mind you, so in the same clan as Karloff and some other people. He created the elemental power of Amber using chronosteel just out of pure jealousy and spite. That's pretty crazy. It seems like everything that we knew about the power of Amber before has now been turned completely on its head. All of that knowledge no longer matters. I'm very happy that Skylar's mother, her urn, is not the urn that she found. I was so convinced that this was Chen's hideout. Thankfully that didn't happen. But overall, guys, these 3 chapters here of Amber Spiral dropped a pretty major bombshell. Amber was not an original power. It was artificially made by this guy right here, the original Master of Amber. Now, I'm still not sure if this storyline is canon or not. I still have not been made aware as to whether or not Amber Spiral is a canon storyline. However, if this is canon, this is some pretty crazy stuff right here. I do like how the storyline went into detail regarding the original Master of Amber, the history of the element. I'm a big sucker for Ninjago history. Whenever they can actually implement that into any type of story, I'm all in. I love Ninjago history. I love piecing together this world one little bit at a time. I just love Ninjago lore. I'm a Ninjago history buff. What can I say, right? I just love Ninjago history. And if this is canon, then I think we need to go back and reassess a lot of things that happened in Ninjago's historical context, especially revolving around the Elemental Masters, and specifically Skylar's family, Skylar's heritage, Skylar's power being passed down from generation to generation. Apparently, the original Master of Amber created the element out of necessity, out of jealousy, out of spite. So, yeah, interesting stuff there. Overall, guys, these 3 chapters of Amber Spiral were super, super good. I enjoyed reading through them with you guys and giving my thoughts as we went along. Be sure to leave a comment down below discussing what exactly you think about these new Amber Spiral chapters, and let me know what you thought of the video itself. Hopefully you guys enjoyed me reading through these chapters, and if you did, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will catch you guys again in the next video. Peace.